Hello everybody, welcome to another video. This is Microtonality part 6. So in this video, we will be talking about some more intervals. This time we are talking about 31 EDO. So 31 EDO is interesting because apparently it's very similar to mean tone temperament, which I'm not actually that familiar with, so I can't say for sure. But let's get started. So 31 EDO has, as the name implies, 31 intervals. So we're not going to count the perfect unison this time. So the first interval is known as a diesis. That's one name for it. I'd also think of it as a doubly diminished second. And it is about, 38.71 cents. And an approximate ratio, can I see any approximate ratios? Let's find out. 10 to log 2, 10 to... Never mind. 10 to log 2, 10 to... So, I would say a good approximate ratio would be 1.0225. Or maybe 1.022 might work. Let's see. No, that definitely wouldn't work. So, I'm thinking maybe another way we could do this. Yes, I do. I'm just looking for a good interval we could use here. Okay. Sorry. Okay, maybe what I could do is like this. That's a complicated ratio also, 400 to 391. I'm trying to find something simple here. You know, let's try 40 cents. See what I can do here. I'm just trying some simpler stuff here. Okay, so it looks like we could use the 307 to 300 ratio if we want. Or maybe it's taking longer than I thought to find a good interval. Oh, that should be a good one. 46.45. Let's check it. Yeah, 46.45 is a good ratio, so that's what I'm going to call it. 46.45. Next up, the second interval of 31 EDO. I'm going to call this one the diminished second because it is one step smaller than the closest thing to a just minor second. This diminished second type interval is 77.419 cents. And I would say like a good ratio for this one. See if I can find anything. Okay. Let's just see, maybe 75. Oh yeah, maybe 47:45 might work here. Let's check it. Yep, 47:45 is close enough in my opinion. So the third interval in 3180 is what I would call the minor second. But you know what? I think we should actually call this one the dim second. And this one is down minor second. And then this one could be the diminished second. Then the minor second. So the little V means down. So that the little thing means down there. So let's see. A minor second is 116.129 cents. First second would be something like 31.29. Check it. Yeah, 31.29 is good enough for me. Okay, the next interval, 4 steps of 31 Ito, will be the neutral second. It is 154.839 cents. And we could check 23 to 21 for this one. Yeah, 23 to 21 is a fairly good ratio, I would say. Now, next up would be the major second. So, we're now on 5 steps of 31 Ito. And it is 193.548 cents. Forgot to write that little C there. That's fine. Let's see, 10 to 9. 10 to 9 work, possibly. Nah, 10 to 9 is too far off. Maybe 1917 then. Yeah, 19 to 17 seems good enough for me. So 19 to 17. Then after that, 6 steps of 31 Ito is going to be the augmented second. At 232.258 cents. And a good ratio for this one would be 8 to 7. Okay, now moving on to the next interval. 7 steps of 31 Ito. Could be a diminished third at 270.968 cents. A diminished third at 270.968 cents. That will be a 7 to 6 ratio, approximately. Next up is going to be at 8 steps of 31 Ito is your minor third of 309.677 cents. I wouldn't exactly use 65 for this one, however. Although 65 is pretty close, it's not close enough for me. Or maybe it is, let's check. Yeah, 65 is more than 5 cents off, so I'm not going to use that one. See what happens if I try 25.21. That one's also maybe 31.26 then. Yeah, let's do one more. 37.31. Let's try it. So 37.31 seems to be pretty close. Next up, at 348.387 cents is the neutral third. And what exactly are we going to use for that one? Yeah, I knew it. 11 to 9 looks to be a good ratio for this one. That 9 didn't come out great. That's better. Next up, at 207.097 cents is the major third. And that is very good approximation of 5 to 4. So I guess I'm going to highlight it for its good approximation of 5 to 4, you know. So this is an important interval in 31 Ito because it approximates 5 to 4 very well. After that, we got a super major third at 425.807 cents. So we're going to get super major third at... Yeah, that was it if I remember correctly. Yeah. Sorry about that. That's better. Now, let's see what ratio this could possibly be. Okay. We could probably try 23 to 18. Check it though. Yeah, 23 to 18 is fairly good. Next up after that comes your diminished fourth at 464.516 cents. We could also call it a minor fourth. And what's a good ratio for that one? Okay, let's see. Okay, 98.75 looks to be our ratio. So I guess we could call that this interval, an augmented third instead of super major. Now after that, we're going to get, obviously, our perfect fourth. Gonna put in green. So the perfect fourth is 503.226 cents. And it seems that 4 to 3 is just a little bit too far off. Let's try that. No, seriously, it's 401 to 300. Actually, no, I guess 4 to 3 could work for this one, even though it's a little bit more than 5 cents off, it'll work, so. Next up, the major fourth at 541.935 at 541.936 cents. And with that, 541.936 cents, we could check its ratio. Seems to be a pretty simple ratio, except that's not. 5 something to 400, not the simplest ratio. Could also use 41 to 30 there, so I guess that's what we're doing. So, next up, it's going to be the augmented fourth at 580.645 cents. It's a pretty nice 7 to 5 ratio. Well, not very nice, after all, 7 to 5 is a tritone, but I mean, it's not a real tritone, and that's still not nice. Next up, we follow pretty much the same scheme, with the diminished fifth being 619.355 cents, and a 10 to 7 ratio. Then you have the minor fifth is going to be 658.064 cents. It has 60 to 41 as its ratio. Then, of course, yeah, the perfect fifth. It's a 696.774 cents. And we're just going to call that 3 to 2. Then you're going to have the major fifth with 735.484 cents, and that will be $75.49. Okay, next after that we have the diminished sixth with 774.193 cents and a 36 to 23 ratio. Then after that you're going to have the minor sixth, which after all is the inversion of the major third, with 812.903 cents Got that. 812.903. Oh no. Forgot that. Hold on. Got 812.903 cents. And that uses an 8-to-5 ratio. Another important interval, you see. The minor sixth. The next interval we got is a neutral sixth. So let's just put that in. Neutral sixth. With 851.613 cents. 851.613 cents. 851.613 cents. And it uses an 18-to-11 ratio. Then going to come your major sixth. Hold on. Let me just see how many steps were on here. So on 23 steps here, that's useful. So we have 890.323 cents. Let's see, which ratio did we end up using there? So we're gonna have 62-to-37. Now after that, we're going to have an augmented sixth at 929.032 cents. Now let's see which ratio could be used for that. We could use a 12-7 ratio. And then next comes up, and then next up, the harmonic seventh at 907.742 cents. Let's see, it was 967.742 cents. I know that inversion is a second, but I'm using it as a seventh. I'm using this as a seventh because, after all, it's very close to 7-to-4. So that is why I made my choice to call this interval the harmonic seventh. Now our remaining intervals are simply the minor seventh, neutral seventh, major seventh, up major seventh. Oh, you know what? Actually, you know what we could do? We could actually call this one the diminished second, and this one the augmented unison. Aug unison and dim second. There we go. That's a lot better. So let's just see. So now we have 3 7. So we actually have 4 7s. We have minor, neutral, major, augmented, and then we have a diminished octave. Let me just write those in. Oh, come on, turn on draw's finger. There we go. Minor seventh, then we have a neutral seventh, Then we have the major seventh, then the augmented seventh, and then the diminished octave. Now let us see what are just ratios for each of these notes. I'm going to come back to those in a little bit. $10.06.452, which is 34.17. 10.06.452 is a minus seventh. And we said that was 34.19. Now I got all these down. Just gonna give myself a bit of space here. And I'm just going to remember the other four inverse ratios. We have 42.23. Okay, we have 42.23. We have 58.31. Got those. 42.23 and 58.31. 42.23 and 58.31. And then our final two ratios before we reach the octave would be 90.47 and 45.23. And let's just calculate our cent values here. We have 1045.161. We have 1083.871. We have 1122.581. Hold on just a moment. And last but not least, well, not really last, we have one more interval after this. Diminished octave is 1161.29. And last but not least, the most important interval of them all, in my opinion, the perfect octave at 1200 cents. And it is a 2-to-1 ratio. And the interesting thing is you could have, and just a little note about 31 Edo. In 31 Edo, you could have the harmonic 7th chord. So, say you're in 31 Edo and you have a C sharp harmonic 7th. Here's how you would, and you would have a C harmonic 7th. Here's how you spell that out. You would spell out C, E, G, and then let's just see how would you spell out that B flat there. You would actually spell out B flat as an A. You would actually spell out as A double sharp using regular old chain of fifths notation. This is my best double sharp, just that X. But we're going to get rid of this now, and I'm just going to do a quick review on the intervals. So I'm just going to scroll through them slowly. So here you can see every single interval in 31 Edo. The highlighted ones are the ones that are really close to Justin that are important. And you know, let's highlight one more while we're at it, shall we? The harmonic 7th should be highlighted because it's extremely close to Justin. It's an important interval. So that is it for 31 Edo intervals. I really hope you enjoyed. And Ritz Hashem, I will catch you in the very next video. And Mashiach now.